Hey, what's the score of Arizona-Detroit real quick?
I don't know. Can you look it up as fast as I can?
No.
Your new computer doesn't do that?
Mm-mm.
2016 Detroit.
Fuck! God damn it. Halftime, third quarter, what is it?
Third quarter, 5 minutes left.
Fucking your MVP can suck my douchebag dick, dink, bitch, whore.
There's a lot of time left. What are you yelling about?
They're my last team on my fucking parlay, and they're going to lose it for me.
What's the spread?
5.5.
Oh, no. They got it. Touchdown and field goal. It's the Lions. You don't think the Lions are going to get up 10 points with a quarter and a half to go?
I hope.
They're definitely.
Arizona's my survivor pick this week, too, motherfuckers.
Oh, hello, Bill.
Hey, Bill. How you doing, Bill?
Good.
Ray, I had a question for you. Does your son know that you stole his computer, or was this a gift given to you for your son that you never ended up giving it to in the first place?
No. So my dad took him out, got him the computer. I set up the computer. He never knew about the computer. So now I have the computer.
Yeah, I see.
And my dad listens to this, and therefore he's going to hear this, and he's going to call me and fucking bitch me out, which I'm well prepared for. But he doesn't need it right now. He doesn't need it for school. So thank you for the gift, Pops.
Go get him, old man. Fight for your grandson. He's living. He's living his worst life right now with his shitbag father.
All ready to go out for cigarettes any minute.
Yes, he is.
Sorry, just looking something up real quick. What is your Bill? What's your like general rebuttal every time some young son or daughter comes to the door and says, "We need to get a test"? My mom said that you need to let me get your blood so we can see if you're my papa.
New phone, who this?
Hey, wait. I want to hear the story. Do we have time for the
story time? Yeah, come on.
real
Come
quick?
on, Bill.
Make it like 2 minutes.
So I got home Saturday after playing cards, and right for the fourth quarter or whatever. This car pulls up behind me, and there's like a couple girls in there. I'm like, who the fuck is this? So I'm like yelling at them through the window, like, hey, come on in. I don't care, whatever. Doing what I do. Really drunk. And next thing I know, I hear the girl yelling. I thought she was yelling at me. Next thing I know, fist starts flying. It's like crackhead neighbor next door. I'm like, oh shit. They start whipping drinks at each other. The crackhead starts beating on the car.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh God. And then the cops show up. I'm like, oh fuck. And of course, like my radio's blasting. I was like, oh man, hide the guns. Cops are here.
Oh, Bill.
So no stabbings, no confirmed stabbings anyway.
No, not that I know of.
Okay, well that's an improvement.
But then the crackhead was looking in her car for like a half hour after that. So I'm assuming it was maybe a drug deal or something. I have no idea.
No, because you've never seen one of those before, Bill.
No, I don't know what those are.
I would have no idea of how to identify such a thing, officer. That's what he said in his head. It came out. As he came out in his fucking Al Bundy underwear.
Get Snapchat, Rich, because his Snapchats late at night are priceless.
Oh, I thought Bill didn't do social media.
Oh, he does social media.
Just Snapchat. Then I can just be real stupid on there. Ooh, last night was a late one.
Yeah.
Because those definitely disappear after 24 hours.
What time did you text us last night or this morning? 1:47?
Yeah, I'd probably stay up for another hour after that.
Celtics are going to the finals. NBA needs this. Okay, Bill.
The NBA needs this. He was deep down on fucking YouTube conspiracy theory. Like, you don't understand the money that flows through these fucking guys' pockets. They need this, man.
Fuck LeBron James, though. His comments last night after the game. Oh,
all right, well, let's get into it. Welcome to the Simple Mind Sports Show. Monday headlines. September 28th.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Mom. It's my mother's birthday today.
Hey, happy
Kathy,
birthday,
Happy
Mom.
birthday, Kathy.
And I nailed the date. Look at that. All right, Patriots, 36-20 win over the Raiders. Who's the best player in the Patriots? Who's the bet? Now think about it. Don't just whip out your cami pajamas, Ray, and start stroking all over the screen. But who is, I'll come back to you. Give that some thought. Who's the actual best player on the New England Patriots right now? Obviously, nice win for the Pats. A little bit boring fashion, but I think that's what we're expected to see this year. They dominated time of possession, 24, I think the 36 or whatever it was. Run game and defense, that's the name of the game. I thought Cam had his worst game of the season. Accuracy was off. Really terrible interception, but the run game gashed it, and your boy Sony Michel, Bill, had a couple runs that looked good until the defensive lineman 40 yards downfield came up and tackled him from behind in the shoelaces. But 13 yards of carry, that'll get him through the season, no?
Oh yeah.
MVP numbers right there, baby.
That's right.
MVP. Speaking of MVP, Rex Burke had 3 touchdowns, played dominating fashion, a lot of screenplays out of him. We've said this in prior pods. This is the 2001 offense. This is 2001 offense with a little bit of extra flair that is Cam Newton, and a little bit less accuracy than is also Cam Newton. Almost got Edelman killed today a couple times, and we're fully expecting that to come to fruition this season if they don't shape that shit up. I don't know. I didn't think that they looked terribly good. Obviously didn't look bad. The Raiders beat themselves, had 6 penalties, 40 yards, 2 bad ones. The first one on the offensive lineman upfield, that would have been a touchdown for them, I think. Second one on the pass block in the back end of the game, where the strip sack touchdown for Dietrich Wise. So for the listeners, listen up on Fat Tuesday. We're going to kind of break down the game fully, but do you guys have any other thoughts on the Patriots, or have you come up with the best player on the team?
I got a best player on the team is Joe Thuney.
Ooh, first round pick, Joe Thuney. First overall pick, I think you said, right?
Fuck you. Fuck you. You saw it. Again, he's an all-pro guard, never played center in his life, and he slides over and pretty seamlessly for David Andrews. You didn't really hear his name called. I think he did very well, didn't give up any pressures. There was no terrible snaps. He started the game right under center. Cam did. No shotgun, nothing. So I think you alluded to it Tuesday when we get into it about I think it was more just to get probably Thuney comfortable more than they try to get him in there. But offensive line as a whole is the MVP of your team. You're seeing it through 3 games now. They rushed for 251 yards today. And Cam had 2-3 runs maybe. He had the big one in the fourth quarter that pretty much sealed the game, where was it 3rd and 11 and he took off and he got up. But even
that was a scramble. Design runs for Cam today, maybe 4.
He had that one on 3rd down where he just dropped, which I was completely fine with.
Yeah, totally fine. But in terms of RPOs, you're right, Bill. I can remember 3. If you go back and look at the tape, I don't think we're going to see anything differently. They really did not rely on. They started the game running him a little bit more, and then as soon as they got away from that, they started gashing the shit out of the Raiders.
Yeah, all 3 backs were just gashing them up and down the field.
I asked the question on Friday's show, do we know what this Raiders defense is? Do we know what it is now?
No.
I think you could say bad, but they looked okay against New Orleans. I don't know if we know what New Orleans is at this point.
Michael Thomas is out.
Yeah, it's so early in the season. I'm battling with the question: are the Patriots this good? Because the Raiders, coming off a win against New Orleans, we're getting a lot of credit, as they should. New Orleans is a good team, right? But Raiders have beaten a lot of good teams over the years. Doesn't mean that they're good teams. So
no, they lose to a lot of bad teams.
Who are the Las Vegas? But I think I think their personnel is better and good, and I think they've hit on the draft with some guys. They've made some big free agency moves.
Yeah, what was last year with Jacobs and Farrell? They got those two guys, and I think they had another third round. Then they grabbed first round pick. Yeah, and then they had Hunter Renfrow, who would have been perfect Patriot.
I fucking like that guy
out of Clemson.
That touchdown he had in the fourth quarter was silky.
And then they got 10 sacks out of Cobbs or whatever his name is, the white guy who's 98. I forget his name, but he was a fourth round draft pick for them.
He got 2 sacks today.
Yeah, he had 10 sacks last year.
Two bad penalties today too, though.
Yeah. But I mean, they've Mike Mayock is drafted fairly well there with him and Gruden. I mean, they're building something. They got a diamond in the rough in Waller. So I mean, they're probably I would say they probably have more.
Yeah, like after watching, we're so fucking spoiled. Like you go watch some of those Cincinnati
bad
overtime. Oh my God! Like,
want to pray for someone? Burrows.
Yeah, no shit. They have no interest in keeping that dude alive. But after watching so much Patriots football, you already know what they're going to do coming out of a situation on the goal line down. At that point, what were they down? 10 points with like 3-something left, right? Like there's enough time to make a run there. You're at the goal line. You just do a little slant, a little drag route, give yourself some space, try and make a play. It's fourth down territory no matter what you do. You don't go for the shot on the goal line. Like just like the Raiders killed themselves this game. And that's constantly – always forever going to like the Patriots should walk into games. This is going to sound really douchey, but the Patriots should walk in the games with 3 points in their pocket just for the advantage they have at coaching. In most games, like they should have a 3-point edge just for that. Like maybe not Kansas City or Seattle. You know, there's I don't know 2 or 3 coaches maybe you can put up there, but this is like and Gruden should be one of them, but I don't think he's the tactician that. Some of these other guys are certainly not Belichick. The fucking mistakes cost the Raiders.
It's right. It's funny you.
Go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
It's funny you say that too, because like when Brady was here, most teams got scared. They play scared every year. Now it's like you're still seeing people play scared with Cam Newton there because it's Belichick. I mean, you win the game before. Most of these games he's won before it's even started, and it's just walking through those doors. You see the banners, and everybody gets fucking nervous, and they turtle up.
Yeah. That being said, before I go to your Ray and your best player here, what the fuck was up with the timeout management today?
Awful, dude. The third quarter, it was
even
awful.
The first half they burnt one in the might even been the first quarter. Yeah. There was going to be 12 men on the field, but the third quarter there was no like Romo couldn't even figure what the hell was going on. Like he didn't even know why they were calling. One of them was a personnel issue with Wise trying to figure out to go on the field, but they burnt 3 timeouts in the third quarter.
No, the second one was like the beginning of the fourth, or the third one, I think.
No, it was all the third.
No, it was all in the
4
third.
minutes left in the third quarter, and they had 0 timeouts.
That scared me too, because like that strip sack, because it wasn't a turnover. I wasn't know if they considered that. Obviously, it was a scoring, so I was like, "Fuck, man!" If they can't challenge because they were out of timeouts. Mm-hmm. So thankfully, like a safety is a scoring change, so it's like, all right, cool. But damn, you don't see it much out of Belichick, and it was all on defense. They never burned one with Cam. I don't think they burned one with Cam all day.
No, they couldn't. They didn't have them.
Yeah.
I just would be interested. I'll go back and listen to the post-game stuff. I'm sure someone asked him the question. I'm sure he gave a fucking asshole answer, too.
He did. I listened to it. I forget. They asked him why he burned one. He burned one in the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. And then he gave some bullshit answer like, yeah, we played to win the game. Or it was something fucking stupid. I don't even remember. There we go. But yeah, Gruden shouldn't be a guy that's going to come in and coach scared. And he does it. He just did it.
And
today.
I don't know if Gruden coached scared, but they certainly weren't disciplined. No. They certainly weren't disciplined, and that's another element. It's making because Gruden wasn't even put in a position to make tough calls in tough situations. The game wasn't closed. So the other element of that thing is being disciplined as a team. And this is one of the best starts we've seen from a Patriots team. In a while, I think. I mean, the least penalized team, even generally the Patriots are going to be one of the least penalized teams in the league after the season. But, like we've said, these first 4 weeks, Belichick treats it as a preseason, and sometimes you see mistakes. They've been airtight, man.
Yeah, the Raiders were right behind them, though. They were number 2 entering this week behind least flags taken, too, and they got 6. So, I mean, yeah, it's
Maybe you got the Belichick pee-pee pants scenario. Maybe that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, you got your best player?
Yep. I'm not going to take Tootie because that would be just weird because I don't want to agree with Bill. So I'm going to go Jake Bailey.
Jake Bailey.
Jesus. What
Guy's name has
His-
not been called.
His hang time today, he had over 5 seconds on both punts. His kickoffs have been in touchbacks every time. MVP, Jake Bailey.
Jake Bailey. Nice pick, Ray.
Thank you.
From a soccer player, that makes sense.
Thanks.
From a
Appreciate
soccer player, that makes sense. I don't even remember the punts today. I'm sure they were good.
They were all over 5 second hang time.
Yeah,
That's really good.
That's very good.
He's probably one of the best punters in the league now. In 2 years, and
If that's the case, then he should be kicking field goals. I'm ready to make that move.
can.
Come on, Bill, just fucking do it.
You
Just
know he
do
wants
it.
But he's also the holder too. So like then you gotta get a new holder and all.
Ryan
that other
Hoyer.
stuff.
What are you paying that guy $2 million for? $3 million for? The
Because
fuck paying him?
when Cam gets hurt,
Fuck you, Bill. Fuck you. You don't mean that.
Hey, do you want to ask me who the best player on the team is?
Hey, Mitch. Who's the best player on the team?
Cam Newton.
Oh, you fucking cunt.
I love it.
You're such a cunt.
It's Cam Newton. He's the most athletic. He's the best guy on the field. He's the best player on the field. Joe Thuney's a good one. Joe Thuney's probably the right answer. He's probably the best at his position and probably makes the biggest difference. Outside of Cam Newton, you can't, getting away from the quarterback in football is really hard to do. I appreciate and I'm glad you guys took the time and came up with some creative answers. But the best player on the New England Patriots is Cam Newton.
Yeah, obviously.
That's a fact.
But you could also throw out
It's Julian Edelman's my second pick.
You could throw Isaiah Wynn out there just for the start of this year. He's been so fucking good.
That Edelman's
That's
the next.
so good.
Edelman's the next one. Edelman should be regarded as one of the best wide receivers in the league. He's proven it. Like after 3 games without Tom Brady, he's proven that he's still one of the best receivers in the league. He's open almost every goddamn time he runs a route. He can get open. He's tough as nails. Yeah, he's got some drop issues, but he also makes some of the hardest catches that you've ever seen. So
he's clutch. He's
also not going to remember
clutch.
any of this because
He's also
he'll have so many head issues going after this game.
You don't need a brain when all you do is fuck supermodels.
Yeah, and catch touchdowns. He's
Take it from you, Queen. Take it from you.
Cute as a button, that Edelman. All right. Any lasting thoughts for the listeners? Check out Fat Tuesdays. We'll give you our obviously we do our recordings on Sunday, so our instant reaction in full for this Patriots game will be on Tuesday. We're going to move on to some other pressing issues in the world of sports. Ray, do you have anything?
Or if you'd like to email us, please email us at simplemindsportshow@gmail.com.
Yeah. We're going to be taking listeners here coming soon. So as soon as we get some responses that we deem credible and we want to talk to, we'll go ahead and bring you on. So we're looking forward to talking to our dedicated number of listeners that we have here. We appreciate all the support we got.
And this is not a dating show, so ladies, please don't be calling in to ask about dating Bill. All right?
He is single, though.
Even if you're a whore,
very single.
Please don't be calling in.
Yeah, I fully expect to get nothing but prostitution advertising on our email now, just for Bill.
Yeah, that's all it'll be.
Just for a good time, call.
Yep.
Katie at. Yeah. All right. 1:00 games. Actually, we're dipping in here to the end of the 4:00 games. Seattle's up 30-15 on Dallas. Hey, Dallas is a fraud team. What a surprise. Anything strike? Anything stand out? Sunday football. Both of you had some interesting facial recognition. Where do you want to go? Bill, what do you got?
The Atlanta Falcons. And I would like to welcome.
Great choice.
And I would like to welcome back Big Dick Nick.
Woo!
He's back running the offense in Chicago now. Sorry, Mr. Trubisky, but dude, second week in a row, you blow a 20-point lead. Second week in a row, Dan Quinn should be fired. If he's not already fired, he should have got fired after the game. I don't know how he's going to fucking make it to tomorrow. But that's 2 weeks in a row of just utter collapse. Julio Jones, 0-4-0 today.
He didn't play.
He didn't play?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He was scratched.
Well, that answers your question.
That's the answer to my questions because it's like, why is he 0 catches? But yeah. Calvin Ridley's a stud there. But yeah, dude, 2 weeks in a row, awful, awful, awful. That stood out. That game just made me laugh. And then Buffalo, oof, Came back and won, but you blew, what was it, 28-0? 23?
29 straight points from the Rams.
23.
Yeah.
29 straight points from the Rams. Buffalo, Josh Allen does look better. I'd say look at the competition. What's the competition look like in Buffalo?
They got a gift pass interference play on 4th down, too.
Yeah, that was a bullshit. That was a bullshit play. I've made this analogy before for the Buffalo Bills, Michael Jordan and the Detroit Pistons. You got to get over the hump. Bills fans, you got to get over New England. And you haven't done it yet. And until you do, I can't have faith in you. And this is the year to do it. And if you can't do it this year, good fucking luck, man.
He's never going to do it.
But again, another best defense in the league got torched by Jared Goff today. Torched.
Yeah.
So
Rams have looked pretty good, though, to start the season. I mean, it seems like they bounced back after a Super Bowl hangover year that was 2019. I think Sean McVay's still a good coach. Jared Goff can have his moments. They still get talent there. Aaron Donald is the defensive player of the year. Should be the defensive player of the year every fucking year. He should walk into that thing with it in his pocket, and someone has to do something extraordinary to pull it from him because he's a monster.
Yeah, this is year 6. He's won 3 times. He is just so disgusting,
unbelievable.
And he's an undersized defensive tackle too, and he's just a monster.
He just mooses dudes 2 at a time. Yeah, incredible. I don't remember if I mentioned on Fat Tuesday or this show, but that Eagles-Cincinnati overtime was some of the worst football and some of the worst clutch football, situational football I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was awful.
Ray, I think your boy Joe Burrows has balls. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback yet, but the Cincinnati Bengals have zero interest in keeping that dude alive.
Yeah,
he's going to get fucking killed. He's not going to play this whole season.
Oh, my God. No
they should just sit him a couple games at a time just to keep him alive.
Fresh, yeah. I have another one to offer up for a worst team in the NFL, the New York Football Giants. Joe Judge, you're a special teams coach, not an NFL coach. Hence, you shouldn't be coaching. You lost to Nick Mullins and a whole San Francisco 49ers team that got hurt last week and got destroyed.
Yeah, you lost the team IR. Dude, he went
36-9.
He went for it on 4th down at his own 30-yard line, and it was a Jared Goff keeper who was a yard short. I mean, Daniel Jones a yard short. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, you're desperate now.
Oh, another Hardo Belichick disciple tries to go in there and beat Belichick, and nobody responds to him because they're not Bill Belichick. What a surprise! What a surprise! Do you think him and Matt Patricia are fucking pen pals? And Bill O'Brien, did they win that game? Nope. Steelers took that one too. Yeah. All these fucking guys that want to be and think that they should be Bill Belichick going out after coming out of that program because that's the prestige they bring are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah,
they're a bunch of dopes. Like, they might be good football coaches, but the fact that they try to be Belichick and think they're Belichick and hold that pedigree over their players when they have none by themselves is like the biggest mistake that they make time and time and time again. Brian Flores, how's that working out?
Dude, Matt Patricia's, if they lose today, it's his 12th straight loss in Detroit. So
are they losing?
It's 23-20 right now, Arizona.
What'd I say, right?
Come on, I need a touchdown, baby.
Arizona's going to win this game 34-20.
I hope so.
33.
If they do,
11:58 left.
If they do, we're going to get some Billy Badwords t-shirts, the ones about the I drink Mai Tais all day.
Okay. That's what this parlay is going to get us.
That's what we're getting, boys.
I work 4 days a week. God forbid I drink Mai Tais all day. Unbelievable.
I like it.
Gentlemen, game 6.
Fuck.
1:47, I believe it was. We got the text message from the Queen. Lakers Celtics.
1:47 a.m.
That was a Badwords guarantee, as he was 43 minutes into his Pornhub search to cap off his night. And
Pro Football Focus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's football season. My bad. He was just dialing up numbers and put them in Excel, and then waiting to get to the peak point. Bill, give us your honest assessment here. So, look, Celtics Heat Game 6. You want to know what's going to happen? The same fucking thing that's happened every single game. Going to be runs. There's going to be stretches. One team will get a lead. Another team will bring it back. Who can come through in the clutch? Who can execute down the stretch? I still think Miami has. In Game 5, it's basically like Miami was like same thing that happened in Game 3. Like, our shooting is off tonight. We don't really have it going. let's just lay off. Let's just take our foot off the gas here a little bit, because we know if we store a little bit in it, we can go finish them in the next game. And I have confidence that that's the type of team that can do it, with Eric Spoelstra as a championship head coach, Jimmy Butler as a takes no bullshit from anybody team captain, and the firepower that they have to back them up. But I fully expect the game to go the same exact way. It's going to be probably a close game in the fourth quarter, unless the Celtics do something drastic. I think they're the only team of these two that will take a big lead and hold on to it. And I don't expect that to happen tonight. So, Bill, what's your honest assessment? We know you had Heat in 7. So do you got Celtics tonight?
I got Celtics tonight, yeah. I mean, I think you saw something in the second half. You didn't look like you wanted to be there again in the first half. You're trailing 7 at halftime. I was kind of streaming the game. I was busy, so I wasn't paying attention too much. But you came out you came out in the third quarter, dropped 41 points, which is notoriously your worst quarter of the bubble right now. And you kind of
not to interrupt, 2 games in a row they won the third quarter big.
Yeah, so I mean, you scored 41 points in the third quarter right there, and that kind of opened up the game. Jason Tatum, 31, 10, and 6, another big game from him, 43 minutes. But I think Tyson Cantor played very well in the center spot. I mean, Cantor only played 10 minutes, he had 8 points, but Tice was a monster, 15 and 13. I mean, I think you could put him as one of your best players in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, they exploited the which isn't that fucking hard to do, Brad. Exploiting the zone with your center position from the high post, novel idea. But the Heat were actually playing man most of the time, and when they did that, that's when Stevens went to Cantor, because they have nobody that can stop Cantor down low. And yeah, he scored. I think he went 4 for 4, like 5 trips down the court, and that's a clear advantage. Though that type of tactical stuff is completely on Brad Stevens and have a feel for the game. And I don't have total confidence that he has a feel for the game. It worked last game. Like, my insight into this game is not going to be very interesting, because I think it's going to be the same fucking thing that we've seen time and time and time again. It's just a matter of can the guys on the court, Ray, can they execute? Can they do it? Do you expect them to come through in Game 6, Raymond?
I expect them to win this game, yes. Dwight Bosch is obviously hurt, so they got to capitalize on that. Playing the bigs, Tice can't get into foul trouble early, and Cantor has to play meaningful minutes and score a lot of points. Also, I have a question for you, Mitch. Who do you hate more, Jason Tatum or Stephon Gilmore?
Stephon Gilmore.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Stephon Gilmore for sure, because he's playing like shit. Jason Tatum's not playing like shit. Jason Tatum's your best player on their team. He just sucks in the clutch.
Yes. And
he doesn't have this. Can I just state this again for all you fucking listeners who want to give me shit constantly on Facebook and whatever the fuck else you want to talk to me on? I don't hate Jason Tatum, and I think he is the best player on your team. What I do hate about him is his demeanor and his dookie fucking attitude and complaining about every time he goes to the rim, complaining and not trying to make a bucket, just trying to draw a foul, and when he doesn't get it, bitch. But he draws a lot of fouls. He draws a lot of fouls. What's that, Raymond?
When does Coach K, do you think it like brings that up in practice at Duke? Like the first week 2, week 3, you got to bitch at every fucking time.
Yeah, it was probably around the same time he refused to take part in the whatever tournament that they're trying to play, and Duke's going to hold their own tournament this year. Fuck Duke, those commie bastards. Here's the deal with Jason Tatum. He lacks the skills to be successful in the positions that he's put in the end of these games. And I put a little bit on Brad Stevens. Stop going ISO. That's not the strength of your team. That's not the way your team has practiced and played all season long. You saw it at the end of a couple quarters in the last 2 games. They don't just give him the ball with 15 seconds left to get away. You put it in motion. You make him pass the ball, and he gets the ball back to him, Jason Tatum I'm talking about, and can hit a 3 while moving and not trying to get it off the dribble, where he's been stripped and lost games and too many times to count moving forward. So that's the deal with Jason Tatum. He's 22. He has not acquired the skill set yet for him to be the player you want him to be in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Also, may I jump in real quick?
Yep.
The Celtics need to play aggressive. When they play aggressive, they win. Oh, no.
Yeah, your internet's a little shaky, but that's okay. Yeah, because you're right. When they fall in love, and Bill, that's what happened in the first quarter of that last game. They fell in love with the 3, and they were bricking and bricking and bricking and bricking. And, they started to go to hoop a little bit. It's like basketball 101, man. If you're not making the first couple shots, go to the rim, either get fouled and get a free throw or get a layup, see one go in, get your legs under you, get your confidence, and then inside out, man. inside out. The whole goddamn game. This is the quagmire that we have with this fucking Celtics team. I don't know. Do you blame it on youth? Do you blame it on coaching? Do you blame it on the bubble? What's the deal? Ray, that is the worst.
Oh, dude.
Don't worry. I'll get the screenshot. I'll put it online. Good. That was a terrible fucking way to have a freeze free.
Can I tell you, though, Marcus Smart only took 9 shots.
Yep.
Throughout the game. I think that's promising. I mean, he still had 12 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. So he's played 40 minutes. He was quietly very good in this game. And he's kind of deferring now with Gordon Hayward back, and he's letting the other guys shoot more now. And so, I mean, it's good. We don't have a quagmire with him anymore. He's dead to me.
Well, welcome to the NBA, Marcus Smart. Welcome to the Boston Celtics. Here's your role. Here's your card. Here's your sign. Stop shooting the ball 22 times a night. That's not your game. So hopefully he can continue that. You're right, Bill, because that's where he's going to be best. Distributing, playing defense, game-winning plays. Stop shooting the damn ball.
Yep. Celtics in 7. Let's go.
All right. So you're switching your pick.
Yep.
Okay. Celtics in 7 from Billy Badwords. They'll probably lose tonight.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
We might have lost Ray. Lakers are up 3-1. Looks like they're going.
No, they're already in.
Oh, I'm sorry. They won. My bad. I'm a day behind. This is a wild weekend. Is Rondo a Hall of Famer?
No, because you know why? And I'll tell you, it's going to be the same argument as Julian Edelman, a Hall of Famer, because he's awesome in the playoffs. No, this is the same. Rondo's not. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's bounced around the league a lot. He doesn't put up great numbers outside of the postseason. You know what I mean? He's just a monster. And for that team with LeBron there, he's probably – I mean, Chalmers was up there, but I think Rondo's probably the best point guard he's had, like a pure point guard, because Rondo don't need to shoot. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, though, and I want to bring this up before I forget. His comments after the game, LeBron's.
Go ahead.
He goes, getting there don't mean shit. I have to I have to do it. I have to do this. Like, there was no – I'm not even kidding. There was no – we have to finish this. We have to do this. It was I have to do this. Yeah. I have to do – and he said it twice. And I'm like, he is just so fucking cunty. I don't give a shit what he does off the court for, you know, the charity shit he does. But on the court, man, I fucking hate the ground he walks on.
He's insufferable when it comes to that. He, you know, the undeniably self-centered and douchey when it comes to the success of his teams. And I'd have to go back and see how he talked about it in Miami. I would imagine he gave Dwayne Wade credit. Maybe that started when he went back to Cleveland, like the over-the-top eye. Like you would imagine.
I think that's Kyrie too. I don't think, because Dwayne Wade's not the eye guy, in my opinion. He kind of turned that way a little bit once him and LeBron got together, because I used to like Wade, but that year that he purposely dislocated Rondo's elbow in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was like you're a fuck. I thought
I was
he
the
just
same
started
with you.
dirty.
That 06 finals when he took over, I was like, dude,
he was shooting
bad, man. He's fucking awesome.
He was on the line 25 times a game too.
LeBron made a lot of people hate Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
and I think Dwayne Wade capitulated in that too. But yeah, when it comes to LeBron, you would think that for as self-aware as he is as a brand manager and a businessman and blah, 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 that he could just switch the word I to we and get away with a lot of what he says.
Yeah, of course. But instead it's I need to do this. I need to finish this. And it's like, dude, just do a we. All he has to do is say we there, and it changes everything. And instead it doesn't look like a selfish prick is what he is on the court. You know what I mean? And that's just proving it.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. And I mean, I'm on record saying that I think that LeBron James can rival Michael Jordan as the best basketball player of all time. I think on the court, I mean, there's no comparison in terms of player that I've seen play the way LeBron James plays. He's the best basketball player I've ever seen. Ever.
Basketball player? I mean, you said baseball player.
I might have just slurred my words because it's late in the day and I've been drinking. But no, he's the best basketball player I have ever seen play the game. He has not – I mean, there's not a flaw that you can really pick apart. He's truly unbelievable. Yeah, he should be a better. He's just not a great shooter.
No,
and that translates to the line. But I don't know, man. I like I said at the beginning of this whole thing, I thought that he was on a mission. I thought that he was fully dedicated to the bubble and winning a championship. And I don't think that's going to change. And he has a top 5 player in the league to now to now distribute to in Anthony Davis. And that's going to be a very, very, very tough team to beat. I think the Heat might get swept. I mean, the Celtics, if they were to pull this off, might get swept. I don't think the Lakers are bound down to anybody this year.
No way. LeBron's on a mission. You've been saying it since the bubble started. And again, sneaky signing Rondo. He came back from the broken hand.
Difference maker
in this series right now. He's just disgusting.
Yeah.
He plays when the lights are on. And even that 2009 series against the Bulls with Garnett out, he averaged a triple-double in that Game 7 fucking epic of a series. Triple-double. Yep. So if you look at his career, he's almost a triple-double in the career in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Rajon Rondo.
He's like, when he wants to do it, he's a nasty little player. What a cunt. But
fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. He should have been the captain of this team and led this team, Celtics team, after the Pierce Garnett era. And nope, didn't have any interest in that. So whatever. I don't have any ill will against Rondo, honestly. He's kind of a non-thought to me, but
he was dynamite when the Celtics had him. I loved him, but he wore out his welcome quick, and especially when he skipped the team flight to go have a birthday party in L.A.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah,
that was
very bad.
Bill, let's move on. We'll see if we can get Ray back here for the UFC stuff. Let's skip it for now. Go to the NHL, which we know hockey guy Ray will be disappointed to miss. But first, Stars push it to a Game 6 in double overtime. Playoff hockey, like you read about.
It's been a great series.
Stamkos out for the rest of the series. Made an effort to come back. Credit on him. You still got to imagine Tampa's going to.
Yeah, I think so. They're the better team, but you never know. Again, Hudobin's pretty hot. You can just ride the hot goalie. Great game last night. So I expect them to bow down in Game 6. Tampa should be raising the cup, and it's a tough break for Stamkos. He hasn't been healthy the last couple of years, and he's finally guts it out to come back, and you re-aggravate your injury. And I think he only played like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was quick.
And it kind of sucks, but he'll be out there to hold.
He'll get the cup. They're gonna win.
Yeah.
It'll heal all. So some Bruins rumors. Looks like they're floating out Krug's rights.
Yeah. Smart idea.
He's gone.
Yeah.
What a stupid rule, though.
Yeah.
It should benefit him. What do they maybe get a 4th, maybe a 5th?
You might even get a 3rd or 4th. You're not going to get anything higher than that. But Detroit's probably where he's going. They've been rumored all season that he was going to be a landing spot. They got tons of cap room. He's a Michigan guy. He went to Michigan State. He's from Michigan as a whole, so I think that's where he's going. And it's smart. Bruins trying to get some capital back for him because they know they can't afford him. He'll probably sign a $9 million a year contract. So they get something for him. The
other guy that they floated out earlier was DeBrusque. Carolina showed some interest in trading for him. I have this feeling. Yeah, I have this feeling that the Bruins might actually, for once, grow a set and really change the look of this Bruins team and not just make moves on the fringes. Obviously, Torrey Krug, their hands being forced a little bit. But if they go out and trade DeBrusque, I think that's a big move for them. Unfortunately, I don't think Tuukka's a part of these plans because I'd like to see him move on.
No one wants him.
Yeah, that might be true. But just the salary alone, Bill. The salary alone could but I guess if you can't dump the salary either, then that's a problem, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think Don Sweeney's the guy to do it. I think if you're looking at Peter Chiarelli when he was here, he fell in love with his own guys. But, you saw him dump David Backes when he fucked up that signing. Again, it cost you a first-round pick, but you got some talent in Andre Koshik there. But, yeah, you'll probably see it. I think the biggest one would be you just let Zdeno Chara walk. You're going to really see some balls move if you kind of let him go because that McAvoy-Chara pairing can't happen anymore.
I don't think it will. That might – I agree with you, but that move might backfire, honestly.
They still have plenty of veteran leadership in there. Bergeron should be a captain. If he was on any other team, he would be a captain. So, you still have the leadership. Krejci's been there for a long time. So,
yeah. I guess we'll see. Let's see if we can do this. 30 seconds left. UFC 253. Your boy put on a show.
Yeah.
quickly give us
Adesanya is
the,
a monster. Knocked out Paulo Costa in the second round. Dry humped him right after. There's no one in the lightweight division that could beat him. Lightweight division. They can't beat him. Middleweight. No one can beat him. I wish Jones was still around in the light heavyweight because I think that would be an awesome fight and he can go up in pounds. But we'll see.
Yeah. That was the highlights walking that dude. I mean,
he's awesome.
What an entertainer. An entertainer. That was fun shit to watch. If anyone hasn't seen it, if you're not a UFC man, if you don't follow it regularly, just go YouTube that fight. UFC 253. Just the highlights alone are fucking awesome. All right, we're out of time. This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show, Monday headline, September 28th. Happy birthday, mama. And we'll see you next time.
Happy birthday.